When prototyping to find out what sells and for how much, I've made lots of different tables, benches, and other things. Not all of them took off and sold enough to make more. Today I'm making 3 different footrests, from mainly 2x4s and some short scraps around my shop. Keep that off-cut, it's part of the 3rd footrest. I resaw that board into 1x3s on the table saw. Making your own 1x wood from 2x wood saves a ton of money compared to buying it from the store. 4 of those boards are going to make the top of the first project. Cut to length and glue up. For a more detailed build plan with diagrams and full cut lists, check out mattbuilds.com. Members get plans for free as soon as they release. Thanks for checking it out. While you're at it, please like and subscribe. Thanks to all subscribers. Put in clamps and leave to dry while we work on the other parts. I'm sanding in this project as I go, because who wants to be sanding all that stuff at once for more than one project? Not me. Get the glue up board back, it doesn't need to be 100% dry. I traced a line at 2.5 inches from each side, diagonally, and cut it on the bandsaw. I'm painting this with acrylics, white for the sides and lavender for the top slats. On this particular cheap acrylic, my wood glue still works. If you use some kind of paint with a finish, you might want to paint it after this step. Using 1¼ inch brad nails, making sure to keep square on the base and slats, secure in place. That's all for the first of 3 footrests. Let's jump right into the next project. For this one I need some 1x2s, which I make from ripping down one of the resawed boards from earlier. The legs are made from 2x4s that I cut to length without ripping down any of the sides. The 1x2s are cut to length, 2 for the width of the footrest, 2 for the depth of the footrest. The top is made from this 2x6 that sat under my last house for many years. They're nice and weathered and I think are made of maple. I glued them up into a single board that will be the top of this footrest. Once dry, I planed it down to make it smooth, but also to thin it down to around 1¼ inch. More sanding. I'm sure happy I didn't accumulate sanding from the last project. Using my new blue pocket hole jig, I add 2 per leg on a single side. With brad nails and glue, I make a quick frame from the 1x2s. It doesn't need to be perfectly solid. It'll be glued and brad nailed to the base right away. To attach it to the base, I'm switching to the longer 2.5-inch nails. Add plenty of glue to the legs, then screw them into the base. Make sure to add lots of glue because the end grain will absorb lots of it. Secure with extra brand nails all around the 1x2 frame. Using tape to protect the top, I'm painting the base black. The footrest is finished with wipe-on poly all over the top and legs. Now for the last project, the footrest that I actually plan on keeping and have in my office right now. For this one, I'm using a scrap piece of 2x3 left over from building my laundry closet recently. I ripped off one side for a clean edge, then cut it in half to glue it up into a board. I could have used a 2x6, but we're using scraps here. Clamp up and set aside while we work on the top. That offcut that I said to keep earlier, cut it up to length, which is the width of the footrest. I made 9 cuts for the depth I wanted. Similar to the first footrest, draw a diagonal line, but this time 2 inches from the side. Cut it out on the bandsaw or a jigsaw if you don't have one. For the first time, I'm using a product called charred wood from Verathane. I used a product called Wood Ager that is similar but brown. They are great products and I've been saving a lot of time using them. Here's the brown version for the slats. Glue and nail the boards to the sides. There shouldn't be more than around an 8 between the boards. I'm keeping this footrest, but I'm still going to post it on the marketplace with the 2 others. And if the demand is there, I'll make it and be ready to sell within hours at most. I gave it the same finish as the second footrest, a wipe-on poly. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and see you next time.